Hey, good morning, collective. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me always. My name is Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to look at the energy for today. So it is Sunday, January 30th. No, June 30th. Oh my gosh. But June 30th, I can't even believe that we've made it this far in the year. We'll start off with a energy clearing. I'm just going to light it underneath the table because there's a little wind happening. And the energies have been tense. There's a lot going on astrologically that's really, rubbing our ego the wrong way, making us feel a lot of different feelings around what is happening. We'll get into that a little bit more, but this is a good way to just set the tone for the reading, set the vibe, making sure that we are bringing our intentions. If you would like Spirit to answer any questions, deliver any messages, right now is the time to ask. We will set our own intention and then also just clean out the energy, cleanse out anything negative, anything that's blocking illusion, fear, doubt, insecurity, etc. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release what is not serving our highest and best. Fear, doubt, insecurity, lack of worth, lack of value, anger, frustration. Cleanse it out of our being. Help us to see the truth. Help us to see clearly. Help to make me an open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Okay. So as I mentioned, there's just a lot playing on our feelings and emotions in the astrology. We kind of know how things are changing. We can see the path as to which things are unfolding to, for the most part. We know what's changing, right? And so we're trying to make peace with it, but there's still these things that are being worked out on a deeper soul level. And that can be a little difficult. It can be a little arduous because the astrology with Neptune opposing Black Moon Lilith, it's hard to see certain people clearly, especially people that we're in partnership with or we have relationship with. It doesn't have to be love. This can be any type of partnership. But people who are trying to put on a certain front, say one thing to your face, do something else behind your back, gossip, lies, deceit. We really want to be mindful of that. People placating our ego. And the way that communication is playing out today, it's going to be, it's not super tense, but we have to be really careful of what we say and to who. There's a lot of support around making new friends, new acquaintances, putting yourself out there in a different and unique way with Mercury harmoniously aspected to Uranus. But communication with the past or people that we are struggling with right now is going to be a little bit dicey. So really make sure to protect yourself. Be conscious and mindful how much you're allowing your past experiences to infiltrate what is happening in the present or what is setting you up for the future. The South Node also deals with our karma. So the things that we bring into this life that we have to work through, that we have to be a little bit more cognizant of so we don't fall back into the same patterns. Right now, the South Node is in a Libra along with Black Moon Lilith. So partnership is really under a microscope. And there is a knee-jerk reaction to fall back into patterning, especially people that we already have certain dynamics with. We're trying to grow and build our stability, our resources. And again, I feel like, especially if we are bringing in new people, we just want to vet them a little bit. Take time to listen, get to know them, get to know their perspective, watch how they operate, etc. Because it's really going to show you whether it is worth it to partner up with this individual. And then the people that are currently in our life, are they helping? Are they feeding that part of us that needs stability? Or are they causing drama? Are they causing chaos and conflict? In the second house right now, well, in Taurus, we do have our fortune point and Mars, and they're in conjunction with each other, which is really beautiful because it does talk about how if we are listening, if we are paying attention, we're going to put the energy in the right spaces, towards the right people, the right situations that are going to bring us to this level up, not only of stability, wealth, abundance, but also this value of what we're passionate about, the way we connect to our happiness, our fulfillment in life. This is birthing new creativity within you. You're creating today. You're creating while you're waiting. That's what I'm hearing. Again, not to be cheesy at all. Yeah, this is so really beautiful. Okay, I really love that. That didn't come out fluidly, but that's okay. While things are still kind of ironing themselves out, you're finding ways to really invest in what makes you excited and passionate, what brings you, what makes you feel alive. I feel like there are some new projects in the works. I feel like you are spending a little more time to yourself, or really making sure that you're picking and choosing who and what you spend your time with today. The 12th house is ruled by Pisces, and so it can bring up some sensitivities, right? And so we do want to be protective of our energy, especially because there is a lot of tension around Pluto and the inner planets. So what's happening in the present moment, there's a lot of resistance to change, to doing things differently, to being able to communicate and collaborate in a harmonious way. So again, that emphasis on weeding out the people, places, and things that are not really doing that with you, that aren't really, it's just not a match, right? It's not a match. And when we look at it in that way, instead of taking it personally, yeah, just let it be. Queen of Cups, this is Pisces energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Really intuiting what people are doing, how they're showing up, whether it fits for you or not. And then the work is going to be for you to like not fall into old patterns. Because that's the thing, we can have the knowledge, but it's what we do with it. Are we going to choose same patterns of behavior that have gotten us into sticky situations, or we, end up feeling really hurt, really traumatized? It is the intuition is about using it to protect yourself, using it to really tune in to what feels safe, what feels appropriate. But I think that you're also learning to trust yourself. You're learning to trust that internal guidance. And so you're weighing out your options. I feel like you are giving people the benefit of the doubt. I feel like you're trying to look at it from their perspective, or see it from a lot of different angles, to make sure that what you're seeing, sensing, and feeling makes sense, that it fits, that it's right. And that's where that message of being patient, allowing yourself to really just take your time to watch, to observe how people show up, is so important right now. Because we are unlearning the past. We are unlearning these karmic lessons, quote unquote bad behavior, or behavior that just like really keeps us limited. It keeps us from our abundance. It keeps us stuck in this patterning that feels painful and limited and sad, and like we can't get ahead, right? Like we're never gonna achieve that space of abundance that we desire, that happiness and fulfillment. But things are changing. That's what I love, because this South Node energy is also calling us to find balance in the process. So as much as I love the Queen of Cups because she is super intuitive, it's also that message to not allow your emotions to overrun you, especially when you are dealing with shitty people or shitty situations, people who just don't know how to play nice, how to be adults, how to have healthy dynamics. Instead of penalizing them for that, it's the value, it's the practice of just saying, okay, this is what it is. Say what you need to say, hopefully in love, right? And then move along. We all have the power. We have the choice with how we interact with these dynamics. It's not our responsibility to make someone feel better for their behavior. We don't want to be taking on extra responsibility. Someone is feeling left out. Someone is being triggered. But I don't feel like it's intentional on your part. We can clarify. Because you're in this very watery energy, you're very, you could be blissing out a little bit, right? Like in your spiritual space, or just really tuned in to what your wants and needs are, which is really important right now. And so something is feeling like, well, what about me? Well, why won't you pay attention to me? And then they act out in this kind of, I'm hearing like immature behavior. They make really silly choices, or choices that feel really petty. And so you're trying to kind of figure it out. Okay, well, what am I going to do? I see this happening, but how am I going to handle this dynamic? Finding that balance between what is best for yourself, for your heart, so you're not giving into, the drama. Yeah, there's our partnership card right there. But at the same time, especially, obviously it depends on what type of relationship this is. If it's friend, coworker, partner, lover, etc. We have to gauge how much we want to give, right? How much is needed or valuable for the relationship. When we're in love dynamics or something a little bit stronger, there still is a level of responsibility we need to adhere to. We can't just ghost people. That's not a nice thing to do. Use your words, right? And this is basically what this is talking about. Really kind of assess based on what the relationship means to you, how you see it playing out in your future, how you're going to engage, how you're going to act. Because it's really, so this is a sticky energy. I think that I do hear for some of you, this might not resonate for everybody, but I do hear for some of you, this is someone who's trying to destabilize you, throw you off your course, throw you off balance, right? I get a lot of push and pull, they're jostling. It's hot and cold. 1 minute they're nice, the next minute they're talking shit, and so I feel like you don't really understand how to interact with this individual or situation. But honestly, with this star in the blocked energy, it's talking about how sitting and thinking about it or deliberating on it, especially if it is a little bit more of a toxic dynamic, is giving it too much. We have a lot of harmonious aspects to Uranus in the astrology, which really is telling you step out of your comfort zone. New people, new places, new things, especially things that maybe you wouldn't normally do, people you wouldn't normally interact with. Change it up a little bit. Have some fun. There's a lot of value that's coming from that. And I often find that when we fixate on these energies, when we allow them to infiltrate our mind, our headspace, it is really discombobulating, right? That illusion that we see with Neptune tensely aspected to Black Moon Lilith. We're going to see them as, oh, they really like me, or, oh, they really want to do this thing with me, or they're nice, they're my friend, whatever. And then we see the reality of it, where something else is happening, and it's keeping you stuck in this karma, in this patterning. And I do feel like you're ready to release it. I feel like in some ways, even if it doesn't happen today, there is that part of your heart, right? That spiritual kind of, you're ascribing to higher principles, however you see that, however that resonates for you, whether that comes through spiritual practice, religion, moral value, belief, etc. You're clinging on to those things with the understanding that there is healing, but this is just another test. And really, we are seeing a lot of this stuff. Let me clarify that judgment. We're seeing a lot of these testing situations come up where spirit is really putting these dynamics in front of us that we have to be a little bit more aware about. We have to be conscious of who and what we are letting into our life, into our environment. Is it really serving you? Is it serving your ultimate vision? There's a heavy, heavy emphasis on relationships right now. That Black Moon, Lilith, and South Node are in Libra, which governs relationships. And so we're finding that we're seeing a lot of different, sides to people. We're seeing things that we didn't expect. Coming from Gemini season, we're now in Cancer season. So it's about really choosing things that feel nurturing to your heart. It's about how you support yourself. If we do not have that solid foundation within ourselves, if we are entertaining people, places, and things that are just trying to throw us off balance, be the better person, hierarchy, come out on top, etc., what's the point, right? It really truly is just dragging us down. And you're in a space where you're working to align yourself in a very powerful and harmonious way, knowing how to tap into all those principles, right? Not just the action, the Mars component of manifesting, but tapping into the feminine, the surrender, the intuition, the nurture, the love. You're deciding to close this out, though. I feel like as this moves forward, you've seen enough, someone's being shady or sneaky enough where for you, you have enough information. No, thank you. Like, it's like a no, thank you. And it is a process, right? You're kind of working through this today as you move forward, making sure that you're not repeating past mistakes. What I love about the Ten of Swords is it's also about wisdom gained after struggle. Ten of Swords relates to a lot of betrayal, backstabbing, going through things where people just don't treat each other right. And it's painful and it's hard, but it also gives you wisdom, insight, and clarity on how to pick better, choose better moving forward. And I see you doing that. I see you bringing closure to whatever this is, releasing yourself from it, washing your hands clean of needing to be stuck in something that doesn't serve you, or around people that are bringing you down or who really don't have your best intention at heart. I was literally just going to say this. The challenge is it's triggering past emotions, triggering past woundings and feelings, things that maybe still need a little love and healing. But it's happening, you know, I mean, and I think this is what Spirit's basically saying, to not get sucked into the past, because betrayal is a very destabilizing thing. It's painful. It's crazy how people can do what they do, you know, but at the same time, that's part of our journey, is learning how to release it, right? How to trust in the process, This guy has been coming up for the past couple days now. So Spirit is putting that extra emphasis on trust and knowing, to not be afraid of what you see, but also find ways to tame yourself. I really love this tame and attain, because, you know, when we get triggered, it's so easy to pop off. It's so easy to say something we wouldn't normally say or wouldn't normally do. I really encourage you, like, if you're feeling like you're getting wound up or heated around something, take a break, do some breathing, right? Do a little meditation, get some space from that person, from that situation, so you can see it a little bit more clearly and you're not just saying things out of the heat of the moment, because that's not really going to bring the breakthrough that you want. And you really are on the precipice. I feel like this situation that you're dealing with right now, it's like the final test. It might not be the boss level, but it feels like the rate as to which you're able to see and understand and then set your boundaries and have this breakthrough is way quicker than what it has been in the past. And that's that part of you that's like listening to your instincts, choosing new opportunities. It's so beautiful. New opportunities, new things, and claiming your power. Claiming your power because you deserve it. You 100% deserve it. Right now, it's just a little dicey because everyone's getting triggered and we're trying to navigate, not taking things personally. But the neat thing is when we choose to embrace new beginnings, new opportunities, things that come across our path, it is going to really reignite our passion. We are going to be able to kind of move away from these things in a way that really honors not only ourselves, but the other people involved as well. As much as reacting feels good in the moment, it doesn't make us feel good about ourselves. It doesn't extend that hand of love to others, whether they deserve it or not, right? But like this process of you communicating, you seeking new things is allowing your passion to be reignited. Just like we saw in the beginning, it shows with Venus harmoniously aspected to Mars and the fortune point. So it's like the more we can kind of invest in the uniqueness, what we wouldn't normally do, having some fun, being lighthearted with ourselves, and then knowing our boundaries in those stickier dynamics, we're going to find a little bit more ease through the difficulties. So I hope this helped today. Thank you so much for your time and energy, especially if you've made it this far in the reading. I really appreciate you. Drop comments below. I love to hear how it resonates, or even just if you want a loving hand of support. I love to help just nurture and inspire others. So thank you for your time and energy always. Lots of love, lots of blessings your way.